Okay, go. Turn as fast as you can, jump around. Where's Mum? There she is. Right. Good, you got it. So when we go to roll, everyone's safe.
The Babadook is about a woman whose husband has been decapitated in a terrible car accident, driving her to hospital to give birth to their child, Samuel. The film story starts 7 years later, as he's about to turn 7. And during those 7 years, she's never really ever been able to face that violent and traumatic experience. Because of that, she's never really been able to love her child.
Ah, just where a woman should be, in the kitchen.
Get to work, woman.
Do you want a cuppa?
Nah.
I play a character called Robbie, and Robbie works with Amelia. He's a co-worker at a old people's home that they both work at. I think he's, over the years, become infatuated with Amelia and adores her, but is quite nervous, or not the most confident man in conveying that, but they have a nice relationship away from the stresses of her life, which is her son and what's going on for her son and what's going on for her.
I play Claire, who is Amelia's sister, Essie Davis' sister. And I guess, you know, it's really interesting. She's a real sort of contrast to Amelia.
I listen to your life day in, day out, and you never stop to ask me anything about mine.
I do. I want to know how you are.
You don't come round to our house anymore?
Because I can't stand being around your son.
You know, she really does care for her sister. She loves her. And it's when someone's not coping, someone you love isn't coping in life, it's really upsetting, but it's also frustrating.
I'm sorry, love. I know it's late. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
I'm okay.
I know this time of year is terribly hard for you. And I know you don't want me to go on about it, so I won't. I just wanted you to know that I'd do anything for you and Sam. She's a lovely character, really. She's an elderly lady, and she's the next-door neighbour of Amelia, who is Essie, and the little boy. She's a character in the film who offers a real love to Amelia and to the little boy, Samuel.
The character of Amelia is a complex one, and I always wanted her to have heart. And, you know, people's initial reading of the script, they were concerned that she was going to be cold and unfeeling and unsympathetic. And I always felt when I was writing her that she was someone I cared so much about. And so I wanted an actress that had the capacity to, you know, to give the character warmth. And Essie, for me, has been a perfect casting because I've known her for a long time. I went through NIDA with Es, and we're very good friends. But on top of that, she's just a brilliant, brilliant actress.
I had seen her in this play, which was a play by Patrick White. It was called A Bald Mountain. And she came to Adelaide with the play, well, from Belvoir Street, and it was directed by Neil Armfield. And I went to see this play, and she played the same role that I had played in the premiere of this play. Oh, I can't remember when. It may have been the 60s. And it gave me a sort of... I felt as if I had a connection, even though I didn't really know her.
So, yeah, I couldn't be happier with her performance. Yeah, she's a knockout.
can call Auntie Claire.
It's a little bit like The Shining.
I can call Auntie, she can come over.
Spiritual, mystic forces. Amelia is like Mum and Dad in The Shining, you know. It's a little bit of Shelley Duvall, a little bit of Jack Nicholson.
Mum, look at me.
When I'd written the film and then we started auditioning 6-year-old and we found Noah, pretty quickly once I spotted him, I thought, oh, there's something about him that is really special.
Should we just get you to eat chips, Sis?
I met Jennifer at a short film festival in the US called Aspen Shorts Fest, where I had another film playing and she had her short film Monster. We just kept in contact over the years, and then she went off and developed the script at the Binger Lab in Amsterdam, which is like a script lab over 6 months.
The director, Jen Kent, and producer Christina Seaton came to South Australia because they thought that South Australia would be a great place to make this film. And as part of that process, they were looking for a co-producer, a production company to come on board to help them realise the film in South Australia.
Collaboration has always been there, very much on script level, so we've made sure that we put all our energy into the script and making sure that the story is right. And I think once we had this solid foundation, things came together fairly quickly and fairly easily.
My involvement hasn't been so much in the creative side. Jen and Christina have been together working on this project for a number of years and developed the script to a point where it was ready for financing.
Look at this, on the shelf.
I wanted someone whose work was very handmade and who didn't, you know, who wasn't sort of attached to Photoshop and who wasn't going to create everything on the computer, but who actually would draw these beautiful images. And I'd seen Alex's work and I was using it as a reference when we were looking at potential illustrators. And, you know, we had a few test Babadooks done and it wasn't quite working, and I said to Christina, well, why don't we just ask Alex himself if he wants to do this. Alex Holmes, a production designer, and Radek Wojcik, the DOP, have been really integral in creating that world, and they've done an amazing job because, you know, it had to be the place where this entity could spring up and it wouldn't be stupid, or it would just make sense.
This is our front door to our set. And so this was an old terrace house that we found in North Adelaide that we had to sort of replicate and build the inside of. So we had to match this door, but we've essentially been able to do whatever we like. Everything had to have that almost bordering on theatrical, without being too theatrical. So we've got a grey and blue and a really restricted colour palette, using quite a lot of dark trims, as you can see, and hints of black. And this was a big decision, kind of going with these kind of dark trims in the house, which lends a lot of drama. We ended up having to stain every piece of furniture dark.
Both Alex Holmes and Radek, their work has elevated that. And made the film look much more expensive than it actually is. I think the hardest thing about this film was we had a very particular world, so it wasn't social realism where you could just get a camera and, you know, go into a found space and film it. It needed a lot of preparation, a lot of effort, and we had a very small window of time to make it.
Radek has brought this amazing vision to the film. It doesn't look like any other Australian film that I can think of. It has this beautiful European sensibility and a beauty to it, and that you don't normally associate with horror films. And it's quite wonderful watching that evolve over the last 6-7 weeks of the shoot.
I think people would respond to it because I think they respond to children, and I think they respond to something that's scary. Yeah, I would think it would, and there's also always an interest in supernatural and things like that. So I would think it would, and I hope it will.
I hope that the audiences will make up their own mind about what this Babadook thing is. and that I hope that the deeper reasons I wrote this script will reach the audience, so that it's not just a film that will scare them, but that it's a film that will move them in other ways. That's my hope.